Hey, welcome to My Week After the Show. We were going to talk about some revitalization in downtown and some really important things, but we got into this topic of breakfast.
Cold cereal versus...
And starting the morning. What is, so...
People don't care what we eat.
Well, I think this is an interesting...
Because we're going to talk about new restaurants that are opening up in downtown Detroit. And
we started to talk about food.
Yeah, as we started talking about food, and some started complaining about how they didn't have enough for breakfast this morning, which made them slightly grouchy. And then it turned into someone. And I'm going to put the someone in loose quotes, and then I'm going to kind of point that way. And so it's Raisin Bran every morning, or maybe a breakfast burrito?
I mix it up. One morning Raisin Bran, the next morning honey, nuts, and oats.
Yeah, but I think the most significant thing is the consistency.
You want it mushy. You want
I like
cold cereal like soggy.
I want it to sink. Soak up.
That's really.
No, I don't like my cereal to float out of the bowl.
It doesn't have to float out of the bowl, but you want it crunchy.
Rice Krispies float out the bowl.
Rice Krispies.
Why?
They snap, crackle, pop.
No, I like mushy cereal, and I don't like crunchy things in my food.
That's sad. That's like
crunchy food.
I don't understand.
I don't understand that either. So we should probably
move on
to what's happening in downtown Detroit. Exactly. Like so, nothing crunchy. Like even like so, like it's all like mashed potatoes.
Like celery. I can't stand celery in my food. I don't like to hit. I don't like to be eating something soft and hit something crunchy.
Wow, things that we learn about Nolan here on the show are so interesting. All right, but let's talk a little bit about downtown Detroit, and the boom of restaurants and things that are really starting to open up, even retail. It's
been incredible.
It's been an incredible summer, I would have to say, huh?
Yeah. No, I mean I live in the middle of downtown, and so I mean this is all happening right around me, and every month there's something different than there was the month before. And one of the cool things this summer is the use of the parks, not just Campus Martius, but now Grand Circus Park is really nicely programmed. There's tables with umbrellas. There's a hot dog guy out there every day. Thursday nights, there's concerts in the park. And these things are subscribed. I mean, people are using them and coming down to do them, and then the people who live down there do it. It's really
so yesterday Steve and I had lunch with some folks at Republic, which has been open for a while.
Yeah.
But they just
thanks
opened.
for inviting me. I must not have gotten that call.
It was an auction that people bought lunch.
Must not have gotten that text. I don't know.
I don't know what happened. But. So Republic, which is a pretty cool old building that they put a very nice restaurant into, and just recently they opened the diner, for breakfast and lunch next to it. Really nice spot, really good food.
What is it?
No, it's called.
It's called something.
Parks and Rec.
Parks and Rec. That's right.
And very nice place. But you had Dennis Archer Jr.'s Central Kitchen. We all had dinner there. We did invite you to that.
I actually got invited to that dinner.
Very nice spot, right?
Must have lucked out that week.
Maybe the best location for a restaurant downtown. I mean, other than perhaps Fountain Bistro, it's right in the center of downtown.
Yeah, it's because of good people watching.
The Townhouse opened, the new Boomtown restaurant in Corktown. It's just an explosion. And as you mentioned, retail too, Restoration Hardware. They're starting to build that out.
Near my house.
Cool.
Yeah. So I guess when do you say like we've achieved success or the city's achieved? Is that when you okay? So I was going to say, what's the marker when you start to complain that there's too many people downtown, or what's
that would be a good problem to have, obviously, and we don't have that problem.
But where's the measure? I guess
we're in the infancy. This is a start. I mean, you still go to other cities and other downtowns, and you say, "Wow, I wish Detroit looked like that." So you don't measure Detroit against other cities. You measure it against where we were 5 years and 10 years ago. And this is a remarkable development. But one thing I think that's really interesting about the restaurants and bars and entertainment developments in Detroit, it is mostly local. And they're mostly one of a kind restaurant. I was in Indianapolis over the weekend.
I like that.
And it's got a very nice downtown. They've come back a long ways, but it has a sort of Big Beaver feel to it. There's a Ruth Chris and a Chipotle's, and almost every restaurant.
A TGI Fridays.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Almost anything you can think of. Almost every restaurant downtown was part of a chain restaurant, and so you could have been anywhere once you go inside the doors. Detroit's got is building out a unique flavor.
Yeah.
That's a really good point. And seeing as I actually live in Troy down that Big Beaver corridor. Thanks. But there is something special to that when you have unique establishments instead of hitting the Applebee's or the Buffalo Wild Wings or the things that you know.
There were changed.
Or changed.
That's how
Capitol
most
Grill,
downtowns-
Ruth's Chris, Morton's.
Cincinnati is sort of like that too. But both of those cities, Indianapolis and Cincinnati, are smaller than Detroit. But if you went to their downtowns, you would not know it. You would think they were bigger places because there are so many more people.
Well, the footprint downtown is bigger too. The footprint of the viable footprint, you know, the contiguous footprint is a lot larger in both those cities, and that's one thing, you know, that happened in Detroit over a lot of years of its decline. We tore a lot of stuff down, left a lot of gaps, a lot of surface parking lots. So the downtown there's a pocket of it here and a pocket over here.
Right. It's not the same kind of dense.
No.
You know.
No, but it's getting better. There's getting to be more connecting of the dots, though. So it isn't just like
we hope so.
we should have Foxtown right
You
here.
still
and
got to
then
deal
nothing.
with west of Woodward, which still feels really. It feels like the old downtown. In a way that Woodward and sort of east and then toward the river.
But almost everything's been torn down on that side
It
of
has.
Woodward. And the Free Press building has been sitting there vacant almost 20 years now. A full city block of your downtown boarded up. That's not the kind of thing
really
you
hard
see in other places
Right.
that have completed their comeback. And so you ask, when will we know? And I think when you have a downtown that doesn't have any abandonment, any blight, and instead of rehabs, you have new construction coming up on these parking lots.
Right.
I think then you'll know we've turned a very important corner.
All right. Well, I think the next time we all go out together, we should go out for breakfast.
No thanks. I don't want to
Make sure
watch
there's
this.
mushy cereal on the
see
menu. You be game for that, Nolan?
I'm up.
All right. All right. Hey, that's my week after the show. See you next week.